What's up? I'm Ayla.
This is Let's Talk BL, a boys love podcast.
Welcome back to the podcast. It is Sunday, Series Sunday, that day of the week where we talk all things one series and one series only. So if you have not seen this series, again, we're doing another KBL. The KBLs are really just like taking over.
I know.
They're taking over. So if you have not seen this BL, I highly suggest going and watching it.
Yes.
We'll get into whether or not we think it's a rewatch. This has been like a recurring series Sunday theme is like, would you rewatch it?
Yeah.
So we'll get into that, but I suggest watching this one. It's another easy watch, as are all of the KBLs, honestly.
And this is one episode shorter than they normally are.
This is kind of one of my like favorite things about the KBLs. Well, wait, wasn't Our Dating Sim was 7 as well?
Was it? I thought it was 8.
I think it's 7, and then the last 2 are like special.
Hold on. Our Dating Sim was 8 episodes.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't know if they're typically, I just feel like they're typically 8 episodes for some reason. I don't know. 7 seems like a weird number. This show had a journey because of the situation that happened with Omega X, who are the 2 leads in this show are from Omega X, and everything happened. So they put this on pause, correct? And then we didn't get it until now because they were trying to figure out exactly what to do. Because there was like a whole situation with them leaving their agency and like whether or not this could come out and like all that kind of stuff.
I don't know the history of all that. I do remember the scandal that happened with Omega X. Obviously, it was a really big deal, but like I am not an Omega X stan, so like I don't know I don't know enough about it to talk about it, to be honest with you.
Right. I love when K-pop and BL overlap because the power that BL fans have within K-pop and vice versa, I guess, but you see it more so like in these variety shows or these survival shows that the BL boys are doing. The initial release of anything, like for example, I don't remember his name from Kissable Lips.
Right.
When he did Boys Planet, that initial release, his numbers were insane. They were like idol level. Like Hui was getting the same amount that he was getting. And it's funny to see like the power of the BL fandom within the K-pop because there is overlap. There's not exclusivity on whether or not like if you're.
I was gonna say we get in trouble a lot for talking about this.
If you're into BL, doesn't mean you're into K-pop.
Yeah, it seems like
versa.
every time we talk about this, we get like at least one person being like, "You don't have to like K-pop to like BL," and it's like, I know that's not what I'm saying.
It's just our reference. Yeah.
Well, it also there is overlap,
Yeah.
like particularly in this case because it literally is a BL with K-pop idols in it.
Exactly. Okay. So it's 7 episodes. It's on Viki. I didn't see anything about the production company. I didn't dive too deep. But I don't know if they've done any other BLs. Go look for yourself. Okay. As Lee Dae-yul, it stars Kim Jae-han, and then Jo Tae-hyun is Shin Yi-chan.
Okay.
Brace yourselves, guys.
Time. This is going to be, if you like fast forward, I will not blame you. Oh, Lord have mercy.
We don't even need to do the series Sunday.
We don't. This is the whole series Sunday. The synopsis. The whole series Sunday. Oh. At school, Lee Dae-yul, Jaehan, spends most of his time living as an outsider, not popular by any stretch of the imagination. Dae-yul's only real joy comes from his time spent with the archery club. A talented archer whose skills have earned him a scholarship to the school, Dae-yul doesn't mind being an outsider so long as he's free to pursue his greatest passion. But an ill-timed run-in with a devilishly handsome classmate lands him in trouble and places his precious scholarship in jeopardy. One of the school's most popular students, Jo Tae-hyun, Yi-chan, has always enjoyed a level of freedom that very few high school students have ever attained. Able to get away with practically anything, the entire school has no problem believing his side of the story when he's caught fooling around in the nurse's office with another student and Dae-yul. Claiming Dae-yul was trying to make out with him, Tae-hyun thoughtlessly puts the archer scholarship at risk. Desperate to correct the misunderstanding, Dayul does everything he can to try to quell the rumors, but no matter how hard he tries, it's just not enough. Completely unremorseful about what he's done, Taehyun seems to take a wicked sort of delight in doing everything he can to make Dayul's life miserable. His favorite method being to follow Dayul everywhere. Unable to shake Taehyun, Dayul spends his days loathing his shadow, but the more time he spends with him, the more conflicted his feelings become, leaving him to wonder, where exactly does the line between hate and love end? That's it. That's the series. That's the series Sunday. This has been Let's Talk
yeah. I feel like that was the entire first episode. Like, I have a full picture of what the entire first episode is, like, based on this synopsis.
Yeah. So I guess, you know, do we want to do, God, what's that annoying thing that like annoying people make you do? Your peek in your pit.
I've never heard of this.
Oh my God. I don't know if this is like the new thing in like corporate icebergs. Okay. Oh my God. Like the amount of times I've had to do this in the past year, like Lord have mercy.
Why I'm not in the corporate world.
But also like it's something that like I think like families do at the dinner table or something. Okay. Like I don't know. I think there was some weird like summer camp and corporate overlap, and that's where this annoying thing was born. I'm so sorry if you're like an HR person and you love this. Like I'm really not trying to drag you. I hate icebreakers with the passion of 1,000 suns.
Was there like a self-help book?
I have no idea, but
like some motivational speaker was like, you need to.
One person made me do this at like in a corporate setting, and since then I have been made to do this multiple times.
Fascinating.
And it's all been like different people, so I really don't know where this trend came from. And again, I'm so sorry if you're like an HR person. Like I'm not trying to shit on you right now. I'm really not.
You're limited in what you can do within that setting anyway.
I just really, really hate icebreakers, and this is my least favorite one. But now, of course, here I am influenced by it. So you say, what was your peak and what was your pit? So what is essentially like, what was the high point of this series for you, and what was like the worst thing about this series for you?
Oh, I love that. That's fun.
Do you love that?
The high point. Oh gosh. Honestly, I love I love the K-drama of it all. Love some childhood trauma. Love just like the formula that it follows of just the overall story. I felt these two had really good chemistry just because of obviously they're like idol boys and just like the shipping culture that comes from idol.
Were they shipped within their group?
I have no idea, but I think the nature of being in an idol group, like you're already close to another person, and so like the natural chemistry is there unless you hate each other, I guess. But that would be interesting. I wonder what the audition process for this was like.
I don't know that they auditioned. I seem to remember reading something about this, that they were like selected. Like, you know how Changgu has been like selected for things, and they like built stuff around him. And I could be wrong about this. Selected. So if you know, please comment and tell me. But I think I remember reading something about like they were like selected for this. It was like a matched thing.
Yeah. Cute. The pit was the friend, that awful friend who definitely had some jealousy.
Interesting. So my peak was the chemistry. I think they have really, really sweet natural chemistry, despite the fact that I hate bullying storylines. Like I like a good enemies to lovers story. Right. I do not like a just flat out like bullying.
Yeah, they were really mean to him at the beginning.
Like I have a hard time with that. Like, and he wasn't just mean to him at the beginning. It was like most of the series where it's like a hardcore bullying, and like I don't love that. Like there's a power dynamic. No. So yeah, the worst. So I was not a fan of that, but these two do have really sweet chemistry, and I think that this storyline, the bullying part of it, I don't think I would have been able to see past that,
right?
Had they not had such good chemistry. Like I think if it had been two different people, I don't know that I could have gotten past that, because it was like almost too much in the beginning. And then my pit was the time jumps. I thought they were really poorly executed. I hate time jumps in the beginning,
right?
Like to start with, but I especially hated these time jumps.
And I usually like time jumps, and I did not care for these because they were time jumps to get you to the next phase of life, but for no other reason than to kind of, I guess, tie a pretty bow on it a little bit.
Well, and it was just poorly executed, and it felt like chaotic. Like,
Yeah.
it was like, because, so in Life, Love, Life on the Line. Life, Love on the Line.
Yeah.
Life, Love on the Line. They do like they do a similar thing with the time jumps where it's to take you to a new point in life, but it's well done. It makes like perfect sense. You don't feel like you lost anything.
No.
It's like, this just felt like, I don't know, they put a bunch of like scenarios in a jar and just like shook it up and drew one out, and that's where we're jumping to.
Especially where they ended with was it Dae-Yul who became the police officer?
Right. And he like shows up with like the flowers or whatever. Yeah.
You were like, what's happening?
Yeah.
What are we doing here? Yeah, the time jumps were really weird. I the wholesomeness of this show, and this is another thing that we've talked about, I think, a little bit before, the idea of like, do you or don't you need a kiss in every show? And I understood why they didn't have these boys kiss, just because of like the idol
Right,
group
they're
of it
actively
all.
promoting idols.
Yeah. I can understand if they were cast with different people, potentially they would have let them kiss.
Although, I don't know, actually, I think that's a cop-out, because I have seen this argument being made, like, within the comments and stuff about like, well, they're actively promoting idols.
Right.
This is why they can't kiss. Hold on. No.
I know. I have
That's
watched,
a cop-out.
I've watched the compilations of like idols kissing on stage.
Also, Bankbo.
I mean,
They at
Element
the
paved
time
way.
were not Element, like that didn't exist yet,
Right.
but like they are a like case study in how you can be a ship and you can also be in an idol group and have been shipped together and have that ship not bleed into the idol group.
Who was it? Was it Proxy who did the BL?
Yeah, so Proxy had a BL movie called My Tempo, which I'm like dying to see, and I can't see it because it was in theaters in Thailand. Like, I can't get it online. If you know how to watch it online, please tell me. I don't know because I haven't seen it, but I really want to watch it. I love Proxy. I'm very into Proxy, and it was Ongli and Chokun, who were like, Chokun was my first bias in Proxy, and now I have a new bias because you can't choose your bias. Like, I was foolish thinking I could choose Chokun, like, you know. But and all of them were in it, anyways. I don't know if they kissed or not, but yes, Proxy, and as far as I can tell, I'm kind of still on the outside of like the Proxy fandom.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell, that ship hasn't bled into the boy group.
Right.
And again, Bankbo. Like, they were a like pretty intense ship.
Yeah.
Like, they didn't just have a kiss.
I mean,
know what
technically they did not kiss in the first season.
Again, though, they didn't have just a kiss. Okay.
They hate banged the entire first season.
So I think that like they're a perfect case study, and that like you can have a ship and you can kiss a member of your own group even on screen and have it just be like, it's wild to me how little Bankbo shipping goes on within the Element fandom.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, oh my God, we're so evolved. The Element fans are so evolved.
Bankbo is so, like, separate from Element.
Yeah.
It's so interesting.
It's fascinating. So actually, hold on. I think this is a cop-out. Us being like, I get it, they're idols. No, that's BS. Maybe they should have kissed. I didn't miss it. Like,
no.
I personally don't really care.
I did not care for the banter around it on their beach frolic. I love that we got a beach frolic in this show.
They had a lot of fake outs.
Yeah, and
I
honestly, like, sure, you can be wholesome, I suppose, and be in a 5-year relationship, but at some point, like, you've kissed and you've like been together, but these boys implied that like they hadn't had any physical intimacy, and they talk about it a lot in that final episode, potentially to like throw you off from like them kissing. But the finale of them like just cuddling in bed was wholesome and just sweet.
Yeah,
it was cute. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I don't know, like I didn't miss it. I don't think it needed it, but I don't think we should use the idol thing as like, obviously this is why they couldn't kiss. No, that's BS. Let idols kiss.
The childhood trauma, the sweet boy. This show was interesting. I liked this show. I thought it was a little disjointed at times because you have the depth of this character and they really develop his backstory. And I mean, this boy acted his face off in these scenes with his family and good grief with his aunt, who's like the worst human ever.
Yeah.
Like, what? Why are you yelling at a child who has been adopted as an older child, who's already obviously lived in an orphanage and like been through a whole lot? And then you're like yelling at him? How dare? But I wish they would have developed the other one whose name was Taehyun. I wish they would have developed him and his dad's relationship more and like kind of his backstory. They made him an archer and that felt like the depth of who he was as a character and as a person. Whereas Dae-hyul, they were like, oh my gosh, he's this boy who lives alone because his adopted mom got hit by a car because he ran away and because his family hates him, and like he had real depth, whereas the other character I felt like was an archer who's just trying to figure out something in life. I don't know.
I mean, I think that I didn't see a big difference in depth. I think it would have been like a bit much if they both had these big traumatic. Also, It wouldn't have followed the K-drama formula if they both had these like big traumatic childhoods. Also, like a lot of times, like I don't know, it's enough to be like, I know so many, like when I was in high school, that like literally their identity was being an athlete,
a sport. Yeah,
that like that was, and I know adults like that. Like when I used to work in soccer and I worked with the professional teams, like the professional athletes, like that's literally their identity.
That's all they do. Yeah,
it's all they think about. It's the only thing about them that like most people know. It's like that, like that's like legitimate, and that's like probably why he's so closed off, is because like he's just so laser focused. Like I felt like it did tell a lot about him. Yeah,
I did appreciate his kind of character development, where at the end he was like, I don't really know why I'm doing this, and he comes to this realization that like he's not really passionate about archery, but he's passionate about boy.
I'm super curious about like, why is archery so popular in Korea? I'm very curious about this because this is like not a thing in America.
Oh, right, because there's been a couple of K-dramas where like archery is the thing.
Yeah, and at Isaac,
yeah,
archery is like a thing, and it's like a big thing.
Is it like badminton in Thailand?
I don't know. I'm very curious about this archery thing.
Interesting.
Like I really want to know why archery is so popular.
Have you ever
Thailand.
done archery?
No.
I did.
I mean, maybe at like summer camp or something. Yeah. 1 year.
I did. Yeah. Probably at like, I think it was Girl Scout camp or something.
Yeah. I probably did it like summer camp, but like,
yeah,
I've never like done archery.
Yeah.
I went through a whole phase where I did want to learn archery when I was like really into the Hunger Games, because I was like very into those books way before the movies ever came out.
Yeah, same thing.
Which was like a happy accident because like I was super into those books because I was a big book nerd. And at the same time, like Josh Hutcherson has always been my favorite actor. So like you can imagine my life when that casting news came out. Yeah. So I did go through a phase where I like wanted to learn archery, and then I ended up like, my dad did teach me how to shoot a crossbow.
Fun.
So I can shoot a crossbow.
Interesting. Do you think there are archery places? Will this become a thing eventually? You know how there are
axe throwing.
Do you think archery could be maybe we should get into the archery business?
I don't know. I feel like isn't it really difficult? Like axe throwing, you just like you throw something with both your arms, but like archery is like you have to have like equipment.
That boy shattered his shoulder.
Yeah, like I feel like archery is weirdly way more dangerous than axe throwing.
Yeah.
Like from like a physical, I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm just curious because that's what I took away from this. I was like, wow, archery is like a thing. And I remembered like Isaac, how archery is like such a popular part of Isaac.
Right.
Yeah.
Would be interesting to know. If you're Korean, let us know what the archery thing's about.
I know. I'm so curious.
Overall, the show I thought was cute. I thought had some like good substance. I wouldn't say that it ranks up there with like the top KBLs.
Yeah, I don't know that I'd rewatch this one, to be honest with you. Like,
yeah,
I don't It was, but I didn't dislike it.
You know what I didn't, what I think takes it off my rewatch list is that I didn't care about any other characters other than the lead. And for me, I really need other side characters to enhance a show. Like, yes, I do watch shows to focus on the lead, and there are shows that I do really love that are just about the lead characters, but I do like the dynamic between the leads and other characters. But the other characters in the show were so off-putting, like especially Dayul's like best friend, that boy that he like
right
is with all the time, that I was like, this boy is unnecessary.
Well, I think that's what made Light on Me so special is that, like, typically if you think about, or if I think about, like, many K-dramas that I've watched, the friends and the side characters don't play the same role that, like, we see them play in, like, Thai series. Not just Thai BLs, but, like, Thai series. Like, I'm watching UMG right now, which is like not a BL,
right?
And like the side character, the friends are so strong, and like all of the like other Thai media, it's like a theme in Thai media, and like you don't see that similarity in like Korean media really, which like when you get that, which is what made like She Was Pretty, right, with Park Seo-joon and Si Chol.
Yeah.
So good is that like, oh my god, you were like, how could you the only time in anybody's life when they've been like, don't pick Park Seo-joon, like, right,
they were like, yeah, Siwon is his name.
Siwon, Siwon, yes.
you combine Heechul and
Siwon.
I love that. But yeah, I know, I was like, what are you doing, girl?
It is the only time in history, but that's what made that show so special, is like you cared so deeply about the group. But like other than that, and maybe like Strong Girl Bohoon.
Yeah, Strong Girl Bonsoon.
Yeah.
Jo Bonsoon.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
That had a really good friend group too.
Yeah.
And then Light on Me are really the only like Korean shows that I can think of that like I really truly cared about people that were not billed as the leads. Yeah. Because even the really, really good one that Pentagon was in. They were in the second season.
Yes.
Oh my god.
I can't think of the name.
Oh my god, I'm blanking on the name. Oh my god, it's such a good show. It was like it was one of my favorite K-dramas.
And it had 2 seasons.
Yeah, it had 2 seasons.
And it's on it was on Netflix?
It was on Netflix.
Is it still on Netflix?
I don't know.
Did they pull it?
Anyways, that one was literally about a group of friends, but all of the friends were billed as the leads, and you didn't care about anybody. It's like all or nothing, right? And so like you didn't care about all the other people they interacted with. I feel like that's pretty typical K-drama, that like you don't really care about anybody kind of besides the people billed as the leads. True. Even the one that was really like super at the time super spicy for a K-drama that Yanan was in the Chinese remake of. The cleaning one.
Oh, Clean with Passion for Now.
Yeah. Even that one, there was a lot of like side characters that were good and funny, but like they weren't built up enough to care about them.
I was gonna say, I just saw something where an actor who has become more famous was billed in that show, and I was like, I don't remember them in that show.
Yeah, it's like, and so like if you think about also her private life, all of the characters that you remember and that you care about were actually billed as leads.
Yeah. True. So yeah, I think the friends definitely left something to be desired. Do you know what I did love about this show was the fact that that first scene where the 2 boys meet. What did that remind you of? Do you have another BL that you can think of that can remind you?
I'm so bad at this. I never I see these stories as like their own thing, and I don't normally
Make Our Days Count. That's how Wayne's character, he's making out with that girl in the nurse's room, and that's how he runs into, because the other boy has dropped his pin, and he like walks in on them making out, and then that's kind of where they first meet. That's what it reminded me of.
I guess it's also the nurse's office. I don't know.
Them laying on those beds. Yeah. We didn't have a nurse's office in high school.
Really?
Not with like full on hospital beds.
I mean, we had like there was a couple beds in there. Yeah, like if
I
you
couldn't
need to take
even
a nap.
tell you. Like, I know where the counselor's office. Maybe just because I didn't get injured. I feel like interesting. Now that I think about it, like I literally can't tell you.
A lot of schools now don't have nurses anymore.
Right. Do you just call 911?
I don't know what they do. I'll be honest with you. I don't know what they do if there's not a nurse.
If you're in high school. Yeah, because do they just have first aid kits in every classroom?
I have no idea.
Interesting. Be curious to know.
I took medication in high school. That's the only reason like I had been to the nurse's office because like, you know, you have to,
right.
At least when I was in high school, you had to like go to the nurse to like get your medicine. You couldn't just like take it.
I'm trying to think if that was just the counselor's office. Potentially that's what it was for us. I don't remember. So long ago. Yeah, I wouldn't rewatch this.
Yeah, I don't think I would. I would recommend people watch it though.
Yeah.
Like I think it's a fun little like Idol BL crossover.
Yeah.
It's sweet chemistry. I would say like I do actually think there probably should be like a trigger warning or two on this show.
Yeah.
That's just like another little bit of beef I have about this show is like, yeah.
I know.
Because even like Remember 15 had trigger warnings.
Yeah.
Like
there was a lot of trauma in this show.
Yeah.
They covered all the bases.
But like, I don't know. I guess it's like it depends on the production. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, I was trying to think of other like childhood trauma where I felt like there should have been or was a trigger warning, and I'm like, that Tarn type childhood trauma I feel like should have had a trigger warning, but it didn't. Yeah.
I feel like just all of Me Mind Why shows should have trigger warnings.
Yeah, Love and the Air really needed a trigger warning. Like really needed a trigger warning. Like really needed a trigger warning.
I don't know any BLs that have had trigger warnings.
Yeah, I guess Remember 15 is not a BL.
No. And that was like
there's a trigger warning before and after.
Yeah, that was a real bad scene. Potentially they don't see childhood trauma as triggering. I don't know.
Fascinating.
I don't know. Yeah, this show is interesting. I liked it.
It was good. I mean, no, like truly, I wish I could be like, but I think that like in comparison to something like Our Dating Sim or Semantic Error or Light on Me, like it's just it's not there.
Yeah.
You know, just like how in like the other regions, right? Like not everything can be Bad Buddy. Not everything can be
True.
You know, Make Our Days Count, right?
We
like
best love.
Not everything can be
top tier.
Yeah.
It was interesting. BL Update posted the list of all the KBLs that have come out since the beginning of time, and it's wild because I've seen most of them, and just thinking through like the early days BL, this kind of felt like early days BL, like a Where Your Eyes Linger or
Where Your Eyes Linger had terrible time jumps too.
Yeah, or what's another good one to compare it to? Where Your Eyes Linger, I feel like was a good one because like high school.
Where Your Eyes Linger was also ridiculous because they had this like 85-year-old man playing a high school student at some point.
No.
Like,
that was funny because then he played an agent in To My Star. And you're like, okay, we got there. They're like, we found the actors who are okay playing BLs in the early days, so let's hang on to them. That was pretty funny. But yeah, this felt very early days BL, KBL. There's some good ones that are coming.
Overall, I want more idols than BLs.
We almost got Jaehyun from NCT.
Almost got Jaehyun from NCT. Almost got Hong Suk from Pentagon. Yanin from Pentagon shot a Chinese BL, which AKA bromance.
Right.
But like a true, like this is the next step, is like a true idol BL.
What idols could you see or would you want to see?
Because like Holland, right? We got Holland, but I would like to see two idols from the same group, like go like full true BL. Yeah.
What two idols from a group would you like to see?
Like Korean K-pop groups.
Yeah,
Korean groups.
Like of the groups that are currently promoting, like an NCT, a BTS,
right.
so like whatever.
Okay, Stray Kids.
Okay.
Obviously Stray Kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so personally, I really like Bang Chan and Changbin's like dynamic.
Okay.
But I don't like it. Like it doesn't fit the BL formula.
Bang Chan would kill it in a BL.
Bang Chan would kill it in a
commit
BL.
with his whole
So I'm gonna
chest.
keep Bang Chan. I feel like Bang Chan Hyunjin.
I mean,
Because like from a formula
talk
perspective,
about like a BKPP.
it would like it would like Hyunjin would be like, you know, Hyunjin.
Oh.
And like this
I love it.
this is my vote. Bang Chan Hyunjin.
I'm into it.
Yeah. Or like Felix and
yeah.
Changbin maybe.
That'd be good.
Yeah, but Stray Kids. What if just like all of Stray Kids is in a BL and they're just like, it's like only friends, but Stray Kids.
What? I feel like there was an idol group that kind of did that. Oh, TXT kind of did that, where they had this little video that they shot, and Yoonjun and Sobin like almost kiss. I need to go look into that.
Fascinating.
Yeah,
Subin is like the cutest one in TXT. Like, no,
I'll find
you know.
it for you.
Fascinating.
It's insane.
You know who else would be really chaotic in a BL? Pretty much anyone from 17, but like
Yes.
Vernon or Hoshi.
Yes.
Or what's the boy that I really like whose name I always forget? Oh my god, it's on like Dino.
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. He would be good.
Yeah.
Do you know what two boys I would love to see in a BL, just to like complete, just for them to come full circle and to complete the whole Wongae Parkgay
Oh, I mean, they're not currently promoting,
journey.
but obviously.
Jackson and Park Jin Young.
Yeah,
Jin Young.
Jackson and Jin Young.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, we already had Nidaman, which was a GOT7 fanfic. So now we just need GOT7. Oh my god, I would
fully
actually
embrace it.
I would sell my soul to see Bam Bam in a BL. Like like devil
incredible.
come knocking, because I will sell.
We currently have Atlas doing an OST for a BL.
Yes, this OST
That's
just
very
came
fun.
out. They also have like a ship that they push in Atlas music videos.
That's so funny.
Junior and Nice himself being a
BL
former
boy.
BL boy. Yeah, I would literally sell my soul to see Bam Bam in a BL. I really truly think he would be so chaotic.
I wonder,
And can you imagine Bam Bam doing ship work? Like just like he would be outrageously chaotic. Oh my god, I need it. I need it. Bam Bam, please.
Do we think Bam Bam can act though?
Uh-huh.
I've never seen him act.
Sure. Bam Bam can do anything, thank you.
That's true. The closest we got was Minho played a gay character in a show. Come on, Minho, come through.
Come through.
That would be incredible. There's so much potential in Idol World. Who from NCT would be good?
I mean, SM would never, unfortunately. But
I mean, Minho played a gay character, so potentially there's
maybe. I mean, it's got to be Mark Lee, because Mark Lee in everything. Like, I think that
True.
Mark Lee would be like, no, I just need to be involved because, like, I'm Mark Lee and I'm in everything. So, like, I don't know. I don't know who I would ship Mark with.
Yeah. Who is shipped in NCT? I don't think I
don't
know.
I have no idea.
Maybe Johnny and Mark? The height difference. The people love a height difference.
Can we just not ship Johnny with anyone?
I really
Can
love.
we just not
Do you know who I actually really love their dynamic is Jungwoo and Jaehyun, because they're sweet little roommates. They're a lot like a Jimin and a J-Hope, where they're like roommates, or they were roommates once upon a time, and they
they were roommates.
yeah, they like created this bond that's like just very sweet, even though they're two very different people, and so their dynamic is really fun. I'd love to see that.
I feel like Hei Chan would be a good BL boy, because he'd be like the little like innocent ditzy. Like he'd play a good BL character. I don't know who I'd put him with, but like
He would.
I think he would play a good character.
Honestly, I think Gino would play a good BL character, because he's like a quiet, handsome type.
I mean, can we say 10?
My God, 10 would kill it. Put him in a tie BL. That would be so fun.
10 and Bam Bam.
But they film it in Korea.
Yeah.
Kind of like they're doing with all this like Tudor Yim BL
and
stuff.
this Mew thing.
It's so funny.
And Peach of Time, which was traumatizing.
And Save, they just released his trailer. Interesting. Anyways.
And, okay, also opening the Idol door, we know Buzz and God are shipped. There's going to be something coming out where Buzz and God are shipped, so they're going to be actively promoting idols that are a ship in a BL.
Do you think that Element was like, Buzz feels left out?
Buzz needs a boy.
He hasn't had a boy.
God also needs a boy.
I mean, God had a boy.
But he left Star Hunter. It's not his fault.
That's true.
And they did excellent ship work. I'm just saying you should Google Jugad. Just Google it. Or not Google it, YouTube it. Because if you put Jugad in Google, probably nothing's going to come up.
They'll be like, what is wrong with you?
But like put Jugad, Jukad, into YouTube. Daddy Jr. and God. It might be Daddy Jr. X God. That's how it's phrased a lot. Top tier ship work, I'm telling you.
These boys who like embrace the daddy for themselves.
I mean, Mungan.
Oh Lord, I think we should end on that note. This has been Let's Talk BL. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow all things Let's Talk BL at Let's Talk BL.